Welcome to Free Fall RC Podcast.
All right, welcome to another episode of Free Fall RC Podcast. I'm Steve, and here with me is Andy.
Hey, now.
And we have special guest host, Jordan McFarlin.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
Good. This is episode 311, Indecent Exposure of Jordan McFarlin. Oh, man.
Nice.
All right, let's catch up with everyone's week. Let's start with Kevin. Oh, yeah, Kevin's not here. He's feeling a bit under the weather. So, yeah.
Yep. Get better soon, Kevin.
Yep. Get well soon. Let's go with Ian then. Yeah, Ian had to work.
Oh, wait. No, I think Ian's here.
I'm an idiot.
Oh, yeah, I hear
there
him.
he is.
No, Ian couldn't be here either.
Yeah. Yep. I think he had to work like a double or something today. So
Yeah, I think, and they're middle of a
Snowstorm?
blizzard or something out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, what about your week, Steve?
All right. What did I do? So I think the main thing I did was I flew. I flew Saturday. Didn't have a
Nice.
lot of time out in the field, just a couple of hours, but I went there with a purpose, kind of like, all right, I got 3 batteries for the
You had a
raw
plan.
580. Yeah, I had a plan, and then like I had probably about half a gallon of nitro in the tank,
Hmm.
and I'm like, all right, so let's get some flights in. So yeah, right off the bat, I kind of did 3 flights on the raw 580. I don't know if I mentioned it in the other episode or not, but I was having some weird like telemetry issues with the milliamps consumed, like the telemetry battery, the battery telemetry. And if I didn't mention it, basically, I did like a 3-minute flight, 3.5-minute flight, and then I land. And I'm looking at my transmitter, and it says 90%, and I'm like, well, how do I have 90% battery remaining after 3.5 minutes? And then I'm like, okay, so the next battery, I'm like, I flew, and I just flew it. And it was like 90%, and then it like went to like 80. I think it didn't even make it to 80, and I hit low voltage on the back.
Come on,
And,
Steve. So you didn't think, oh, this can't be right. I should just fly like 3.5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I did set a 3-minute
Oh, man.
timer.
I need a
but,
Steve. I need you.
But I
yeah,
kinda
need a
wanted
Steve's
to-
a dummy button.
No, I did set a timer because before because this was last week, I realized this was happening. So this week, I did set a timer, but I just kind of.
No, I'm talking about last week when the first battery you landed, it was 90%, and you're like, oh, well, I should just fly a lot longer.
No,
the
that was
second
this
one.
week.
Oh, this week.
That was
Okay.
this time. Last week I was like, I
Okay.
don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna fly a little bit. I'm just breaking in the batteries and also
Okay.
breaking in the helicopter. So it was
Well,
amazing
that's
that. But this week
Less
was now.
stupid, I guess.
This week now is like I got a couple flights on it. I probably have about a dozen flights on that helicopter, so it's pretty well, in my opinion, broken in. So this is when I started really pushing it and noticed that, like, I'm like, this telemetry thing's still off.
Yeah.
So I have the best and worst luck with VControl touch. I'm gonna say.
Mhm.
At first I'm like, is it something with the ESC? Like maybe let me redo the gov, right? Let me redo the 70%. Maybe it's not reading 70% right, and it's all jacked up or something, right?
No,
No, I tried that. That didn't fix it.
that
but,
wouldn't affect your telemetry anyway.
Yeah. And I'm looking, I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay, let me look in this battery thing. Let me edit this battery. And I'm like, what? There's no way I would have set this. This was originally 7S 4500 pack. So it was 4500 milliamp with medium aging on it. So like it does kind of trickle down a little.
Right,
every
right.
flight. So, and it was at 23,538 milliamp capacity. So no wonder when I flew like
That's like all of your
4,000
batteries put together.
milliamps, right? Like, yeah, it's like all my
Wow.
batteries together. So
Oh,
I was
man.
like, what the? So I fixed it. I did the 8S flight, and I redid the 70% for the 8S flight because that's different now, right? We're changing voltage and stuff. So I did the gov for that, and I flew and I got my like 3 minutes average, 3.5, before I'm at like 20% remaining on the battery. So, and I was like, okay, so that's fixed. But both 7S and 8S in my transmitter for some reason on the 580 model only, not my 700s, not my smaller helis, my Fireball, my M2, none of those. Like just for some reason the two batteries I use for the 580. So I don't know why. I have to.
Have you ever considered throwing that radio away and getting another one? I think yours is cursed or something. Like it's never been right. It's always did weird things.
Well, if this whole like VControl outage, V-bar Neo outage is, wasn't a real thing, I considered selling my version 1 that I have, the classic, taking my VControl Touch, using it just for my sim or as a spare, and buying a new Touch.
You got a dud or something, a lemon.
I think I got a lemon when like 3 or 4
unique
problems happen over and over again.
Yeah. You know what? That is completely a possibility. True. With any electronic. I don't care what it is. I mean, that's totally a possibility.
Steve's was built on Friday at like 4 o'clock.
Yeah, like 4:59. Guys, like, I'm done. Let's get this out of here.
That's awesome you mentioned that, Andy, because I've been told that by, I'm not going to mention their name, a certain company. There's maybe, when they were giving me a reason as to why I was having a issue, they're like, maybe yours was put together at 5 o'clock on a Friday.
Something. Or first thing on a Monday and everybody's hungover. One or the other.
Exactly. I couldn't help but just laugh on that one.
Right.
I was like, good enough, buddy.
But besides that, I flew the raw 700 Nitro, and that is like I am just like freaking in tune with that helicopter. It's just you know how like when you
spot.
It just connects with me when I'm flying it. You know how like normally you go to the field and like sometimes you're like, I mean, I used to be like this and I still am. Like I'll start with the smaller helis and work my way up to the 700. No, it's like I get to the field, I'm like, if I have any like hesitation on the electrics because like I got to charge or I'm lazy to take the batteries out of the truck, I'll start the Nitro up.
Right.
And that'll be like the first thing I fly. It doesn't matter if it's the 580 though. I will fly the 580 Kraken, Nitro once that's flying again, But yeah, the 700, I'm like, yeah, let's fly it.
Nice.
It's fun. While I was there, I did meet up with one of my club members. His name is Steve as well. And he does like real estate and contracting, general contracting work and stuff. So he bought a Mavic Air 2, to do like some site stuff, just to use it for his business. And also GoPro Max. And, he's like, he knows how to fly airplanes. Like he's pretty proficient in airplanes and stuff. I'm not sure how experienced he is. Because he was very kind of like, oh, I don't know about this stuff. I'm like, come on, let's do this stuff. Boom, put it together, put your phone on, let's get the app, like, let's take off. Here you go. This is how you do it. Like I showed him how to do it and kind of, flew it around a little bit for him. And he was like really nervous, like trying to fly towards like any, we have like this like trailer that's like abandoned on the right side of our field. And I was like, oh, go up to it and like, do that whole zoom and go up and like that whole like effect, the camera tricks and stuff. And he was kind of nervous. I'm like, give it to me. I'll do it. But
Did you orbit the trailer? That's the cool shot.
No, because there's not enough room on one side because it's like landing on the side of the woods. But I orbited us.
Nice.
So I just sat there like, kind of doing like a loop, like a funnel. He's just like, just going around us. He was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And what I thought was cool is this GoPro Max camera that he had. It's interesting. Because it's like a 360 cam, like it gets like this weird bubble look. Obviously it's like a very fisheye look, and helicopters are like tiny on them. It's hard to see, but it's interesting because you can move the camera viewpoint, like what you're showing on the screen, anywhere you want. So when he was editing it, he was having some issues, but he can basically like sit there and you can just set the camera out and you can just fly, and then you can take that footage post and like keep the helicopter in frame all the time.
And zoom it in, I guess, because it's like real high resolution. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's real
like
high
4K
resolution.
or is it? I don't know
It's
what
such
the
a big
GoPros are.
picture, though. I think it's like 4 or 5K, but it's a really huge picture.
But
Like
still,
it's
if you zoom it
360.
in, you should be able to get a decent picture.
Yeah.
And follow it around a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, how cool it'd be. Like like I'm comfortable flying around a camera if the camera's out there in the field, like, especially if it's a 3D camera where you can kind of put it like in between you and maybe the flight line, or like, like right on the edge of the flight line, and you can fly around, and if you come on this side of the camera, you would get a view really close up, and then you can go out and come, do all these things. I'm like, oh man, I want to get one of those.
Right.
And I did fly his Mavic Air, and because of that, I'm like, oh, I kind of want a flying camera, man.
All right.
But,
so so by the end of this show, you're gonna have a GoPro ordered and possibly a Mavic. Is that what you're saying?
You don't want to look at my computer screen on the right.
No way, guys. I was actually having a similar conversation, not to butt in, but it's worth mentioning though to check out the Skydio 2, I believe it is, SKYDIO, Skydio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty darn neat. If you search it on YouTube, there's a lot of videos, that'll show you what it does, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is it a camera or is it like a drone deal? What is it?
It's a drone camera package type thing. They
Nice.
do have a website that I checked out. Actually, I just can't remember the website actually offhand. But
yeah, it's skyduo.com. Looks like they're big on automation, like autonomy flying.
Yeah, that too. Like
they do like
for
3D
like
scanning and stuff.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks neat though.
Huh?
When are we going to get a camera that will track the heli?
Yeah.
Like they have those tracking cams, but I don't think they're fast enough.
Yeah, I don't know if anything's fast enough.
Digitally though, you take a wide screen, a wide view camera like this.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you could tell it to track this object, and it would, but I don't know. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but that would be the thing for flying by yourself.
Certainly. Definitely.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the, $15 I spent on the hat cam mount thingy that I use.
Your phone. Use your phone.
My phone.
Yeah.
Yep. It works really well. Like, the phone cameras are amazing. Like, they're so high resolution.
Yeah.
That all my videos, like I don't fly close to myself at all, but like all my videos, I zoom in like quite a bit, 200% maybe, 250%. And like, boom, the helicopter is, a decent size in the frame, and you have a lot of control of like, what you're showing people, I guess, because you can move the camera, the box, right?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool for when you're trying to film yourself to like either learn maneuvers or figure out what you're doing wrong in a maneuver. Like when you're like, every time I do funnels, I always fall out of it, right? Like film yourself. Maybe you can see why you're doing it,
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. If a phone works pretty good and it's almost free, I mean, you need some kind of mount for your hat, but other than that, it doesn't.
And you got a free tracking device right here.
Yeah.
Your head turning on a swivel, right? So.
Exactly. That's what I use. I use a iPhone X and my Amazon bought hat mount, for that, and it works great. I just airdrop it to my other phone, after I'm done flying, and resolution's perfect.
Nice. I just don't film myself. That's how I do it. I just don't worry about it. It's like, whatever.
I mean, sometimes I don't, but I always kick myself in the butt when I'm like 580 crash. I'm like, like
been cool to have.
It would have been so nice to have, because like not just the crash, but I was pretty much like, playing with the ground, for me to be that low to kind of pop it in like that. So it's like, that was a great flight before the crash as well. That,
you want to video the crash and then the epic flight up to the crash.
Yes, right? Like, I mean, it's not like I was crashing because like I thumbed it. I crashed because I was too low. Like I just misjudged the ground level.
Which makes for an exciting flight.
Yes, exactly. And I'm like, So now I've been trying to record more of them, but there's a caveat that sucks about that. And this is like the longest everyone, what your week been up to. But the caveat to that thing is that I like listening to music when I fly. Just a little bit, just having something on like a little pill speaker, right? A little Bluetooth pill speaker. And if I'm recording on my phone, I can't listen to music.
Yeah, you gotta have another phone.
So I do have another phone now. So I have a Samsung S8 that I use for that NFC programming for the SATA
servos. Play music with it.
So I've been playing music with that, but like I don't have any music on there. There's no cell service or anything, so it's like I can't stream shit. So I got like 5 songs on repeat. So I'm sure like anyone who listens
make
to
you
it,
make you like a flying playlist, like
that's what I'm building right now.
An hour or something of
and then I'll transfer that into that. Yep. That's what I'll bet you do. But yeah, like this past weekend, I'm like, damn, I'm listening to the same 3 or 4 songs over and over again, for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So talking about that, I did get some flight videos and I worked on some videos. So I worked on the flight video for the 700 Nitro that I did there. And, I film my builds now in time lapse. I just film it, whether I publish it or not, and, make into video. It's if I feel like it or not. I think the 580 kind of, there's not enough kind of, not buzz, but content in YouTube for that. So I just, whipped up the time-lapse video together and I released it out. So that got released on my YouTube channel as well. And I've been trying to do as many videos with my posts as well. Doc Graham, calling you out, bro. Anyways, but that's my week.
Andy, sound like you had a pretty good week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I flew a couple, 3 different days, 2 or 3 flights per day. Nothing crazy. I did see him a couple times, but not as much as I had the week before. Yeah. I mean, you didn't think I was going to keep that streak going, did you?
No, not that. I forgot the biggest thing.
Oh, yeah. I got some new headphones for podcasting that I'm using right now, and I really like them. They are, what are they? They're like a Razer, I think is the brand. I don't know shit about gaming stuff. I'm sure there's people that do gaming that know, but they're the Razer Black Shark V2 Pro, and I got them so I could use them with my new PlayStation 5 I just received last week. I've been on a list for, I don't know, since like October of last year. I've been wanting one since they come out, but I was too lazy. I didn't want one bad enough to like go fight everything to try to get one.
Yeah.
And it goes against everything I believe in to pay like $300 more than they cost for get one off of eBay or Amazon or wherever the scalpers are. I'm like, fuck you, I'm not doing that. So I just waited. Team actually put me on the list, signed me up at the PlayStation store thingy, and then I got an email last week, first of the week, and was able to get one. So I've been pretty excited about that. Been playing games till like 2 a.m. every day, like a freaking idiot teenager.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's pretty fantastic. I love it right now.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Did you get any games with it, or did it come?
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of games. Awesome. Yeah, I got I got Spider-Man, Miles Morales. I got Jedi Fallen Order, which is an old game. I got this game I've been playing the last few days is called Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. It's fucking fantastic. I'm really digging that. The Spider-Man game's pretty cool too. Because I didn't have like my last. Well, I've got the Nintendo Switch, but it's not like super high performance. My last game console that I really played was a PlayStation 3. So I skipped the whole generation. And I was kind of got this Nintendo Switch because to play games with my son during the whole pandemic thing, we'd go online and play Smash Brothers together and stuff. kind of got back into it a little bit, having fun, and this was right. Like I was like, well, I'll try to get a PlayStation 4, but this was right around the PlayStation 5 was coming out.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'll just wait and get that. I'm not going to buy one because to buy a new one at that time was like $100 difference or something. So I was like, well, I'll just wait. But I didn't realize I was going to have to wait almost 2 years. But anyway, I got it now. Got these headphones. They're badass because the PlayStation 5 does 3D audio, like with your in any headphone, but these ones work particularly well. So like when you're in a game, as you turn around, you hear people talking behind you, beside you. You can hear people coming up behind you. It's
really?
Wow.
It's wild. Yeah, it's pretty
neat.
cool.
That's
yeah,
really
it's pretty neat. So anyway, yeah, playing games like a dumb teenager. But oh, and I finally received my new prescription sunglasses. I ordered them like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I didn't think I was ever going to get them. So these will be my new flying glasses for this summer, working, driving, everything. I guess that's it. I haven't really done anything else hobby related that I can remember. So yeah, Jordan, what have you been up to the last, say, 2 weeks or so? Anything exciting?
Boy, okay, 2 weeks I got. All right. Well, as far as hobby related stuff, the most exciting I would say would be getting on the field, spending more time out at the flying field with the new model. Actually the Spectre V2
nice.
from XL. I'm really enjoying it right now. I've been spending a lot of time out at the field, like I was saying, just getting accustomed to how she handles and the ins and outs. It's working great.
Nice.
Other than that, as far as besides getting kind of half sickish, like everybody else, it seems right now, just not too much, trying to stay out of trouble.
All right. You feeling okay today? I know you were a little under the weather yesterday.
Oh, I'm in limbo. Let's just put it that way. I'm
Undecided?
in limbo. Yeah, it's exactly. You got it.
Okay.
Nice. We'll see tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But it seems like it'd be appropriate, if I've only managed this long to dodge everything, it'd be appropriate if I caught something now.
Yeah.
Oh man. But hopefully it's nothing, but we'll see.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm looking forward to my V2 if I ever get it built.
Awesome.
I actually have a sound clip that someone sent me that pertains to me building a heli. Let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah.
That helicopter will be done when it's done.
I was gonna say, Andy, I was listening to the past episodes actually, and I remember you mentioning a few things about your V2 kit, and I was gonna ask you actually how.
Yeah, I haven't started on it.
Oh,
I haven't even opened the box.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Really? Not even a canopy?
No.
Oh man.
I suck.
Man. No. I mean, that's cool. Savor the flavor, man. Hey, that's awesome.
It's not that. It's just being lazy.
I get you.
I've even had opportunity to do it over like Christmas break and stuff, and I just was too lazy to doing other things. You know what I mean? I literally have zero excuses other than just being a lazy ass.
Oh man. Well, I got nothing for that.
I know.
Oh shoot. Nah, we've all been there, I'm sure.
Not Steve.
Not Steve. Well, some of us have to get stuff done. Exactly. Some of us has to do the work. Oh.
All right. Shall we go right into the main topic?
Let's do it.
Get to know Jordan some more.
Yeah.
All right. So where are you located?
Central Valley, California, and basically Reedley, California is the rural town that I would say that I'm from. And then the most known town is Fresno, California.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty much smack dab in the middle of California, man.
Isn't that supposed to be like one of the most beautiful, best weather parts of the United States? Or at least that's what I've heard.
You know, I've always put it this way, like as much everybody talks about California, about how they want to move out and they don't like it, blah, blah, blah. I really thoroughly love where I live.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a beautiful, excellent place to live, but
yeah,
I kind of agree with the rest of the California is kind of, but anyway, yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Nice.
It's very beautiful.
How long have you been in the hobby?
Oh boy. I'm going to say, as far as dabbling into flying and stuff like that, I wanted to say I'm going to say I started at like 2013 in the dabbling into the whole non-surface world of RC.
Right.
But 2009 maybe I started really getting into it.
Okay.
I just had some free time to spend and had to fill the void, so to speak.
Sure.
And took up the whole RC thing, and it's been great.
You started like cars and ground stuff in 2009, started flying in 13, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Start with planes or?
Oh, I don't know if I could do fixed wing too good.
Okay, went straight to Helis?
So straight, yeah.
No,
right?
well, I honestly I started out. I got hooked by the what was it? The Blade 350 QX.
Okay, the quad.
It had like GPS assistance, but it wasn't like the GPS assistance is nowadays. It had return to home and stuff like that. So, it was a fun little deal for a guy that doesn't know anything, and it got me hooked.
All right. Well, that's less cool, but we'll allow it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's got.
You fly Helis now, so we'll allow it.
Yeah.
And coming into Helis, my branch off of the whole GPS assist type quad models was Curtis Youngblood Stingray 500.
Oh yeah.
That was the very variable pitch quadcopter.
Yeah.
And that thing is neat. It's very neat machine. But that got me going and interested in more so in the hobby, and then that led to RC Helis. And my first RC Heli actually was a Rave 450 flybarless.
Nice.
So and it's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy.
Awesome.
Definitely
cool. Do you still fly multi-rotors, or you just strictly Helis now?
Strictly Helis. Yeah, I can't say I really no. Not for any reason that they're not interesting or cool looking and stuff like that. It's just not my cup of tea, so to put it. So
cool. What do you do for a living?
Well, we're mainly work with the family in the family farm. We do.
Farmer.
Yep, we farm. We farm about 400 acres or so of citrus here in the Central Valley, and also commercial spray for the other farmers in the area that don't do their own spraying. So we have a few guys that go out and cover the spraying part of it. So
But that keeps you busy through the summer.
It most certainly does.
when does it start getting busy? Like spring? When do you harvest?
Oh, well, right now we're harvesting early maturity stuff right now, actually.
Oh, okay. Right.
And with saying that, it's kind of hit and miss, really. It goes with the season and how the year's going.
Right.
Really,
Sure.
the weather plays a huge role on your schedule. So, but it's hard to put a pin on it because it seems like it's split into quarters really instead of like
Right. I just wondering if you have time to fly. I mean, I do row crop, so
okay.
Winter I'm not busy at all. Spring I'm very busy. Summer medium, and then fall I'm super busy. But then so summer and winter I can fly. Spring and fall not so much.
And that sounds more along the lines of the same exact, for me too. But I don't know how it is for you, but it seems like I can always find time with the farming lifestyle, to squeeze in a flight here and there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, it helps when
I
you
really like it. It goes hand in hand. Totally.
You can sneak out for 20 minutes here and there.
That's right.
Cool.
It helps when you're out in the middle of fields all day.
That's true too. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some sponsors. I know you got some sponsors because we're on the same team on some of them, huh?
Just I think a couple maybe.
Yeah, a handful.
Oh man. Let me see. Sponsors. Well, first off, we got XL Power. And another one would be Ego Drift, of course. We're on that one together. Maniacs USA. And then I'm also, I think I'm on my 5th season with Expert.
Oh, nice.
Expert USA.
Like Expert servos.
Oh yeah, they're solid. Then we have my local hobby shop. I always like to represent my and plus it's my buddy, Johnny Nicola. He owns and operates Visalia Hobbies. So Team Visalia Hobbies, we got them, and most recently we got YGE USA, which is another one, with Steve, and KBDD International.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep. That's my current list.
Nice. Pretty good spread there.
Yeah. It's really really good in my eyes. I like it. I like all the equipment I represent. I thoroughly love. Otherwise, I wouldn't represent it.
Right.
So that's the way I keep it in mind. Gotta keep it real.
Yeah. Nobody likes to see somebody that's running some specific equipment just because they can get on a team and get a discount.
Yeah, no.
You want to have equipment that you like and enjoy, and then get on a team because you like and enjoy that equipment.
And that's always been my way of thinking. Always been my way of thinking since the beginning.
Right.
Sweet. So, kind of talking about your sponsors and what you fly. What's in your fleet?
Right now, post COVID and all that mess. Well, I say post COVID, and here it is. We're still in the midst of it.
We're in the middle of it, I think.
No kidding, right? Yeah. It's been scaled down to just actually a 1/700 and 1/550, and that happens to be right now both the XL models, the XL Power 550 and the Spectre 700 V2 currently. I've been flying Protos, MSH Protos or XL Protos model, the Maxes for 5 or 6 years now, I think, up until just recent, I switched over to the XL models, and I'm really enjoying it, man. It's like a breath of fresh air,
Yeah.
Coming off of that long of a streak on just one airframe mainly. But yeah, I'm loving it.
Cool.
It's really nice.
Let's talk about your supporting equipment.
My supporting equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like radio. I guess radio, because everything else you've got sponsored.
That's the only one, right? Radio, fiber,
Charger, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, radio. I'll just kind of do a brief history on the radio. I started out on Spectrum, as my entry into RC and all that, and then I went for a few years with JR on the XG14. Excellent system, excellent radio.
Mm-hmm.
And then I spent a few years on the Jetty DS16, which, great, excellent radio platform, but for a RC Heli only guy, way overkill. I mean, I'm just gonna say it's overkill. It's excellent radio, but for RC Helis, not necessary. I don't know. Then now recently I've went to the VControl and the Neo, and I am absolutely loving the VControl Neo.
Nice.
The whole system is just easy to get set up and going, and easy to also tune. Everything's pretty much right there. And that also, kind of includes with YGE, being integrated in with it. As Steve very well knows, it's just super, super nice and intuitive,
Steve wouldn't know because his doesn't work right half the time.
I was gonna ask him what's up with that. It's hard to believe that. I've never had an issue.
Nobody's had an issue but Steve. Steve has all the issues and no one else does.
I'm
telling you, he's got a cursed radio.
I'm the only one that has the balls to say it out loud.
Is that what it is?
I'm not sponsored by them, so
Right.
Not that I'm bashing. I do. I mean, I still fly it. And I have a Futaba and what's the other one now?
Jetty there
with the Spirit RS. Like I have options of integrated flybarless units with the transmitters now. Like I have 3. I have the V-Bar, the Futaba, and the the Jetty. So it's like, and I still fly it with the VControl because it's just what I know and it's super convenient. You fly it.
Yes,
you understand.
That's cool because I'm just starting on the VControl, and that's coming off of years and years and years. Well, the most recent years being with the Brain and the Jetty. And working and also working with the Brain, on the beta team and stuff like that, working with the different, like when we did the Spectrum telemetry integration, and we did all that. That was pretty cool. And I kept my Spectrum radio just to do that work there, and it's really neat stuff. But yeah, VControl is just pretty sweet. Definitely. But yeah. Other than that, man, supporting equipment. What I charge my Maniacs packs with is an iCharger and power supply. Finally got a case done. I didn't build it myself because I don't know. I don't trust myself to do that kind of work, measurements and whatnot. So I just got a ready to run case pretty much and swapped out my own equipment. Cool. More or less. Yeah.
It's a lot of trouble to build your own case. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, and you gotta have the want to get into it. So
I built one, but it was a big pain in the ass. I bought the deck, CNC'd out, and then did everything else myself, and it was a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah. There's just so many steps to it, man.
Yeah.
There is. It's a production, but
yeah.
No, you got to really give credits to them guys that do the for basically a living, or more or less a main hobby or a living.
Yeah.
Vice versa, but
even if it's a side hustle, yeah.
Exactly. Right. You got to give them props, man. That's a pretty crazy little venture right there.
What about sim? Jordan, do you sim at all, or?
Not as much as I should. I'm really getting onto myself. In fact, I just bought a new laptop mainly for this reason too. But I've needed it for a long time. But anyway, I'm getting back into it because I really need it. All I've done in my years of flying has been mainly flying by myself a lot, and that had taught me to fly with no purpose and just, go out there every flight, balls to the wall, and just doing whatever. So
that's better than me.
Yeah.
I go out there and fly like a pussy and don't learn anything.
Well. Oh man.
And I fly by myself because I don't have anybody to, hey, do this or do that.
Yeah, man. Like I just recently joined my club for about a year now, and ever since I've joined them, it's been great. Being able to fly with somebody and have that input, of others,
right,
to influence your techniques and whatnot, maneuvers, skill set rather. But no, I need to polish it off. I use everything pretty much. Like I use your Next. I've used Real Flight, AccuRC. I've been using that ever since Shoot. It came out with a dongle and an actual CD-ROM. They sent you in the mail.
Right.
But I haven't used the Heli X. I've been hearing good things about it, but I haven't used it personally.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh man. As for ease of online, I would say I'd have to go with Next for the ease of the online, UI and all that. But AccuRC is really nice, but it's a lot more, tuning necessary, I would think.
Yeah.
I would have to say rather. But it has a mention in my book as being
right.
Good ones. And I got to give Real Flight props too. But my favorite would have to probably be more along lines of leaning towards Next.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Tell us about this Marshall Ranch fun fly I keep hearing about.
I want to hear about this.
Somebody hit up the podcast a few weeks ago, every single place you could, and let us know the dates. So I assume maybe you know something about it.
Oh, I might. Yeah. The Marshall Ranch is just, in my experience in it has been one of my favorite places to fly. And they've started having, annually hosted fun flies. And ever since we had one in April of 2020 that, it was a really nice event. And actually on my YouTube channel, there's a little walkthrough I do of the flight line. It shows the flight line basically. I just do a walk down of it. But anyway, we're gonna be having another one coming February 24th through the 27th.
Nice.
And that's in Livermore, California.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. You just want me to run down a list of the pilots and stuff like that?
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
I was just curious about it. I remember seeing on Facebook, this probably was in 2020, and thinking, that's something I really want to go out there because I've been wanting to go to a West Coast event.
Yes.
And then I didn't couldn't go last year because I didn't want to fly and travel and everything.
Yeah.
And then this year, a little bit of that as well. Plus, I've been busy around here, so I'm hoping if they do it next year, that might be the year I can fly out there and attend that event. Because it looks like a good time just from the people I've seen that attend and pics online and stuff.
Yep. And this year's really looking to be pretty much, well, as you could say, a record-breaking year.
Nice.
Or, you could say that. But there's going to be a lot of people coming from the East Coast and, the mid part of the U.S. And, it's going to be great, man. It's looking really, really nice.
Sounds cool. Awesome.
I'm actually sorry. I'm looking up the that video to send you for the fun fly back in 2020.
Yeah. I remember a lot of buzz around that time.
Yeah. No, I think we had something like 87 registered pilots for that event, which was pretty cool, man, for that time. And for a lot of us, that was the final event for 2020, really.
That was the first time you held that event and you got 80 some pilots?
Like
2020, or had it been going on for a while before that?
Well, I'm not too sure of the whole history of it, but because there was Rotor Fest before, which was just different month, but at the same location. That was in 2019, and I barely started going to events in 2019, to be honest. So, yeah. But I want to say, as far as the annual thinking of it, and 21 was a wash, basically.
Right.
For everything, but it's looking like it's going to be that way from here on. That's what it's building up to, anyway. Sweet, for sure.
Yeah, I would. We got any listeners out West Coast? I would say check it out. Looks like it'll be a good time.
This year is going to be great. Let's just. I'm going to go down the list of pro pilots already scheduled to come out, and that's starting off with Nick Maxwell, and he's going to be out there. We got Ben Storick, Jesse Cavros, we got Alex Rose, Gregor McGrath, and AJ Jaff. I hope I'm saying that right, AJ. I'm sorry if I'm not. Oh, is that okay? Well, there you go. Then we got Miles Mata. He's my buddy. We fly locally. He's my field buddy, pretty much, that I've always flown with locally here. And then Jacob Gidden, Donnie Pesci. Again, sorry about the name if I did it wrong.
No, that's all right.
And then finishing up with Jason Bell. So it's a pretty good list.
Yeah, that's a good group for sure.
Totally, man. And as far as sponsors go, we've got a healthy list going. It pretty much.
I'm looking at the sponsors on the flyer. It pretty much just looks like everyone.
Yeah. I mean, we got
anyone who's anyone nowadays. At least.
Pretty much, yeah.
You got Nick Maxwell. He's with his, the new NMP products, the whole line he's doing with the blades and stuff. We got him in there as well with one of the sponsors with the set of his Revos, which are excellent blades.
Gregor McGrath, Absolute CNC Products.
Oh, yeah.
Heli Direct, Only Fine Helis. Maniacs, Aero Panda, Bavarian Demon. You heard much from them lately. Mikado USA, Soxos, Hobby Wing, Contronic, Ego Drift, X-Guard, RC, Augie Copter.
Yeah.
A-Main, of course. Who else? Scorpion, Expert, BK Hobbies, Azure Power. Like we said, basically everyone.
Soxos donated a 7.1 kit.
Nice.
A full 7.1 kit.
That's cool.
There's a few kits actually. There's a Tron and A-Main. They donated a Tron 7.0, I believe, and XL Power as well donated a 380. I'm thinking.
Sweet.
A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of very, very great list of fine companies. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Good deal. Well, go see some cool pro pilots fly, maybe win a kit, hang out with the guys. Be a good time, I'm sure.
That's definitely guaranteed. I would have to say that is totally guaranteed.
You guys have it lucky out there. You guys don't have an Eric Shue or Ronnie Clay to, or Tim Tiderback. Those guys, when they go in on these auctions, man. I mean, not auctions, these raffles, man.
Yeah, they spend like $100, but then they win half of the table.
Yeah, they win half the table.
Oh man,
you know, like $100. God, what we spend in this hobby.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's all they do. Oh. But that's awesome though.
Heck yeah, man. That's cool. Need to send them our way, man. Our side needs a mix up.
Yeah. Let me ask you, besides Marshall Ranch, is there any other like fun flights that you attend normally, like throughout the year? Mm-hmm. Like, what's your regulars?
Well, I gotta say one was my my home club, which I'm a member of here since their last heli event about a year ago now, which is it's Clovis RC Club. Let me pull up the info on that. I'm sorry.
Kings Canyon Heli Fest.
Yeah, that's the event name of it.
Clovis RC Club.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Yeah, that's one of them. That's my local clubs there. You can find all the info at clovisrc.club on the internet. Well, I don't think I need to mention on the
20 miles east of Fresno. This is March 25th through the 27th.
Yes. Yep. That's it.
Cool.
That is it. Yes, sir. And that's in Reedley, California. Like that said on the description there, about 25 minutes or so east of Fresno.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you catch any others? Do you make it down to San Diego or out to the rodeo?
I did attend Palomar last year in San Diego. That was a fantastic event.
Nice.
And I had planned a few others after that. One being the rodeo, and another being my buddy's event in Nevada. He hosted his first event. It was the RC Heli Showdown, I believe, or Hoedown.
Right.
Yeah, it was the Hoedown in Nevada. And I just had a few, life events come up to where I couldn't make it, last minute stuff. So that was my end of the year there last year. But I would have definitely loved to make it for sure on those last two. But
everybody loves a good hoedown.
Right. But no, I would love to make as many events as possible on my regular list, really. But unfortunately, it's hard to make it set in stone. But my staples are anything at the Marshall Ranch, anything out there naturally, and then anything at my home club here. I would have to say that's gonna be my main two right there, really. But I would, I've been invited for years now to go out to Indiana in August for IRCHA,
right? And
I just haven't been able to do it ever, and I really need to do it now. I really want to, but it's been years now that I'm constantly getting invites from people like, hey, all you have to do is get on a plane,
right?
Free room and board and free food. You don't have to worry about a thing. Just get on a plane. Like,
it's a good time. I mean, it's been a lot smaller last couple of years, obviously, but 2019 was a good time for sure.
I could imagine, man. I don't know if I would like or kind of be overwhelmed by the whole huge amount of people in the crowd there. Most I've attended was in San Diego last year, around 110, 120. I don't know offhand what the exact number was, but that seemed about the peak that I'd want.
Yeah, it's not bad. You get up with a group of guys and you hang out with them, and it's like hanging with your buddies anywhere.
It doesn't feel much bigger than that anyway, just because it's such a big place.
It's a big place, so even if there's 300 or 400 or 500 people there, it's not like you have to wait to fly or anything, because they got like a gajillion flight stations
and different fields and sites.
Yeah, different fields and all that.
So. Since you mentioned the whole flight station thing, out at Marshall Ranch, actually, we this year they put in because there's been 3 concrete slabs that are pretty much flight stations. There's a fourth that they just put in, and then there's also going to be a fifth in the back for like, testing or, just another extra flight pad or flight station rather. But yeah, we got 2 extra flight stations too. So
sweet.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Sounds like a cool place.
Oh, yeah.
How far are you from Phoenix, from the Southwest Heli Rodeo?
Yeah.
I know some guys are going to be out there this November.
Yeah, let me 1 second, because I think it's about 9 hours if I was to drive it.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
Here we go. Yeah, 9 hours. About 9 hours and 20 minutes driving. That's what my trusty phone is telling me anyway.
Right.
But yeah, I've never been one to really enjoy long drives much, but it's not too terrible when you do. Like the longest one I did was last year to San Diego. That was just over 6 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. Yep. But I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm used to my dirt roads with no lines on them. Really. So, yeah, driving around a 3/4 ton truck in the city don't really go too well.
Right.
All right. Do we have any other questions?
I don't know. Guess we can move on.
All right, let's move on to 10 more questions. Yes. All right, we got the top 10 shotgun round. All right, Jordan. So these are going to be quick questions that we'll ask you, and just give your best quick answer off the top of your head.
Oh boy.
All right, I'll go first, I guess, Andy.
Sure.
Okay, pinch or thumb?
Oh, a combination of both, actually. I'm gonna have to say, hybrid, if you want to give it a name.
Okay. Nitro or electric?
Electric.
All right. 500 and smaller or 550 and bigger?
Oh, 550 and bigger. I cannot do small models. I mean, I got to give props to anybody that can fly around a M2 or a Logo 200. Yeah. I really do.
When's the last time you flew a fly bar? Or do you know what a fly bar is?
What is a fly bar?
Exactly.
Your first heli did. You said
you
was
started in 13?
Yep.
Then
yeah,
we were on the way out at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. The 3GX was already released back then. So. Oh man, that's right.
All right. Sport or 3D?
Ooh, sport. With 3D at heart. Yep. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, do you like a strap or go strapless?
Oh man, strap. Totally got to have that strap
on.
Support.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strap on. I hear that. Okay. Cordless or brushless servos?
Ooh, brushless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever my servos are that I have in my helicopter right now.
Yeah.
Probably brushless.
Yeah, experts brushless.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuselage style or pod and boom? What do you prefer?
I'm pod and boom, but I gotta give major props to the fuselage guys. That's a fascinating part of it, or class anyway. The whole hobby is fascinating.
Low or high head speed?
I'm gonna have to lean towards low. I don't really care to run cranked up too high on the head speed. Like for a 700, I'd say my limit for idle up 3 would be around 2,000.
Okay,
that's just right. Yep. All right. Big events like IRCHA or smaller events like a local club?
Like we were previously talking about, I kind of lean towards the smaller events, but I would like to experience the large event too, to have a better understanding of what, how that would be. I'd be open to it, but mainly as far as my experience goes now, I'd have to say smaller events.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. All right. That was the top 10 shotgun round.
Wow, I made it.
You made it through.
Oh, man.
Not too bad, wasn't it? Okay. Ian's not here, so no tech tip.
No tech tip.
Let's move it on to news and announcements.
All right. News and announcements.
I was like, I can do one of them, I guess. You got it. All right. What do we have?
It's the year of the tiger, Steve. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, the year of the tiger. I don't know.
It means it's Chinese New Year, and it's the year of the tiger. That means all of our favorite things are all going to be shut down for somewhere between 2 weeks and 6 months.
Depends if COVID 2022 come out.
But what is it? Is it 10 days, 2 weeks? I don't know. But it's
supposed to be 2 to 3
all
weeks.
The companies in China take off and let their workers go home, visit their families and all that kind of stuff. So kind of causes a delay in shipping and product movement on top of everything already being delayed. So I hope you got everything you need for the next 2 months. If not, it may take a while.
Yeah.
So there's this thing called rcpilot.com, and I had never heard of it, but it looks like a forum / social media / Facebooky networking thing geared toward RC flight. It's pretty cool looking, actually. What would you call it, Steve? How's my description?
I mean, you're not far off. It has like that center.
Kind of posts like Facebook with people's real names. I see some information stuff, a little bit more like a forum, possibly maybe.
Yeah.
Buy and sell sections and event sections, and I don't know how to describe it. It's a RC flight social media platform, maybe. Would be a way to put
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's
really cool.
Nice,
it's pretty interesting. I don't see a ton of heli stuff. I see some scale helis, some jets, airplanes. They have sections for all kinds of stuff. But it's rcpilot.com. Might as well go check it out.
Yeah. It's more, how would I say, airplane centric type of.
Yeah,
right?
I would expect like when RC groups.
Yeah, when you look at the brands, like there's like a brands thing on top, and you look at it.
Okay.
It's like airplane, blade helis, Durafly, airplane.
Yeah.
Airplane, Hangar 9. Whatever heli workshop is, scale stuff. It looks like Hobby Zone, Hobby King, Hobby Zone, some jets. They're more like airplane. So
yeah.
There's a lot of more. I'm browsing right now, and I'm finding things like a 4-bladed rotor head, and just various support kind of the items like that could be used in RC helis as well. I'm finding a lot of that stuff.
Interesting. There's YP is on as a manufacturer on there.
Oh.
Isn't that a clone of YGE?
Yeah.
I'm sure Hobby King's probably
is part of that.
I mean, like advertises and is a big brand, so that makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah, go check it out. Might be neat. We already talked a little bit about the Fun Fly out at Jordan's Club, the Kings Canyon Heli Fest. What was the dates for that? March 25th through the 27th.
Yes, sir.
Sanger. Is that how you pronounce it? Sanger, California?
Yeah, it'd be in the Sanger Reedley area of California. Yeah.
Let's go check that out.
Any other info you can find at clovisrc.club.
Yeah, it's CLOVISRC.club.
Thank you. Yep, that's exactly right. You can find all the info there.
Awesome.
And there may be more news, but I've been too busy playing with my PlayStation, and I didn't look it up. Unless Steve has anything, I think this is going to be a short news section.
I have one thing.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
The Free for RC podcast show links has been updated.
Oh, nice. About time somebody got off their ass and did that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Then let's move it on. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode since we don't have the other guys here as well. So I don't think I'm going to do much of the ending stuff, but we'll go through some of it. So what's next for you in the hobby?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
I don't know because I didn't write anything down. Probably sim, fly. Maybe start building something. I feel like a broken record because I say that same thing every week.
Just do it already, man. You got to open up that box.
All right. Okay. Get that. I will at least open the box and put the canopy on my head. I don't know how much further I'll get, but I'll at least do that.
I'll take that, man. That's
okay.
Good.
That's a step in the right direction.
Right? Totally.
Okay.
That's acceptable.
What about you, Steve?
Yeah, so I kind of alluded to it earlier. Think about buying another flying camera.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm going to hold off. I think I'm going to try to hold off. Because I kind of want to buy something else.
Oh, yeah? I see this here, and this is news to me. What else do you want to buy?
So I'm thinking about selling my one-wheel plane. Because... knowing my luck, and I do have the best luck here, is that I bought a Pint, and maybe 3 months after, they came out with the Pint X, which goes twice the distance, maybe 4 miles per hour faster. But I don't care about the speed, but the distance, the battery capacity, that is something key for me. I've ran out of battery before at Urcha with 1 day of ride, not even a full day,
Right.
So if I could get an extra, I think I can get about 12 miles, and just gonna get about 18. So it's giving me 50% more travel distance. So
dang, I didn't even know they had a Pint X. That's how far out of the loop I am.
Now it can keep up, not speed wise per se. I mean, it's 18 miles per hour, but more of the distance wise with the regular.
Yeah.
One wheel.
Mine was what did I have? The XR.
The XR, yes, that's it.
I think it was only 20 miles, 18, 20 miles.
It's about that, right?
I see now they have a GT that's 20 to 32 miles.
Yeah, and that's another bigger one, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I do like the Pint.
Cool.
So I'm thinking about it. So what's the part that because I want to buy this flying camera and this Pint. The Pint's going to cost me about $1,600, and the flying camera is going to cost me about $2,000 or $1,800.
What are you going to do with the flying camera?
I don't know. I'm going to fly around with it.
Fly around with it for 2 or 3 days. Be like, wow, that's really cool. Park it in the box.
Possibly, yeah. Possibly. Yeah. But I mean, that can happen with most of the things I buy. So that's a possibility.
That won't happen with the Pint X. Well, I mean, you're talking about upgrading, so I mean, you still already have the one, but
I don't have to technically even.
You don't have to, but
yeah. But if I could get $600-700,
if you're selling one, it's not like you've got to, and they hold their value really well, so
yeah,
you're looking at less money to upgrade that than to buy a flying camera straight out.
Yeah, for sure.
You probably won't use very much.
I know. So that's why I'm kind of holding off on both. If I do pull the trigger, I think I'm going to do the Pint just because I can sell mine. I know I can sell the original version I have for probably $600-700,
Mm-hmm.
30-40% off.
Almost what you paid for it.
No, I paid about 11 or 1,000 for it. It's like
probably sell it for 8 or 9 though.
I might be able to get 8. With the fender I have.
They sell high. I mean, because when I was looking at used ones, I was like, why would I buy a used one for $200 less than a brand new one?
Right, and I wouldn't.
So
maybe some people would.
But you might could sell it, yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I have the fender and the side.
Make damn sure you can get one ordered before you sell the other one.
Oh yeah, I would definitely.
Or you may end up without one for 6 months.
And then that wouldn't bother me either. I mean, it's not like, it wouldn't matter. So.
It wouldn't bother you till you need it or wanted it. And then it's like, oh, damn it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That would
because it's one of those things just like, I'm not riding it that much. But then as soon as it leaves and you don't have another, you're like, oh, damn, I wish I had that.
Gotta walk out, I mean, it's not far, but like I gotta walk the 400 feet to bring the garbage pail to the end of the driveway. I use my one wheel, man. I just lug that shit behind me.
Wow. You guys and your one wheels.
Recycle bins. Like
you got one, Jordan? You should get one.
I was gonna say
California made, dude.
I have a hard enough time standing up and staying on 2 feet. I don't get you guys and doing it on one wheel.
Oh, they're the blast, man.
Yeah, and
so
especially when you need to carry shit around and get around, like you can just ride it and have your hands free and carry it.
No doubt. Yeah, that is definitely a cool aspect of that, especially for the fun fly scene, or the bigger ones like Urcha.
Yeah.
But I would be one of the guys on a 4-wheeled cart.
Yeah.
I'd have to say. No one wheels over here, Andy.
Well, they're fun. It's not as hard to ride as you think. Like, because I never rode a skateboard. I did snowboard a little bit, but very little. It's not as hard as you think. I'll drive my pickup to a field,
yes,
half a mile away, jump on the one wheel, ride it back, put the one wheel in the cab of the tractor and drive the tractor to the field and then work all day.
See, that was
then I have
have
my tool truck there at that point.
I'm
by myself. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Really cool. A lot of our layout of our properties from our home, garage area or shop yard rather, is about like that distance, to and from. So that would be really handy actually, thinking about it. But yeah, that's pretty nuts.
But if you're on a farm, so is an ATV or something big, right? I mean, you could just
but you can't throw that in the cab and go back. See, you got to have somebody either take you or something like that. It's a little more aggravating because we have those as well, the 4x side by sides and stuff. But being able to pick that one wheel up and put it in the cab of the pickup or the cab of the tractor, cab of the sprayer, or whatever, and move equipment back and forth is pretty handy.
Yeah, that's definitely a plus in that aspect of it.
See, I'm already talking him into it. I tell you, I should get a commission. I've sold like 4 or 5 of these already.
Product placement, one wheel.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah. No, that's definitely interesting and tempting, I must say.
We need to come up with a version with training wheels, Steve, so I can ride it.
Just get ski pole or walking stick.
Hey, you laugh, but I rode mine around the yard here with a stick, like
awesome.
to keep from falling off till I got the hang of it for a few hours. It worked. I mean, it looks stupid, but shit.
Yeah, but you do that in private.
One afternoon, I was proficient enough to ride around without falling.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, it didn't take me long either to get comfortable on it. So yeah, what it is.
All right, so Steve's buying a one wheel. Steve's buying another one wheel.
Yeah.
It'll be ordered by the time we can stop recording. I can already tell. I see the look in his eye.
It's
probably already in the cart. All he has to do is click buy.
I just gotta click this button.
Shipping info already entered.
Oh yeah, they have my account. I've ordered from them before.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got room on that credit card. That's what it's for. Just do it.
All right. Let's see.
What about Jordan?
Jordan, yeah. What you got going on next?
I'm gonna have to say buckling down and trying to improve my skill set as far as laying down a flight, basically.
Like a music flight or just like
no, just in general. Just my whole skill set as far as that goes. Like I said earlier, I have been just flying without purpose for years.
Right.
And just going out every flight, just balls to the wall, doing what I can do. And instead of learning the fundamentals, to put it, bluntly. Yeah, I need to do that. I need to revisit the what is it? Revisit the shoot. I'm pulling a blank. Like the intro
stuff, or
yeah, revisit all that stuff, man.
Basics,
exactly
basics, yeah.
Exactly. I gotta polish up all that, man. That's my goal, really. That and just keep up with attending events, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty much my plans.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, keep at it. Eventually I'll just click and be like, oh, it's gonna fly, and it flies. Listener pipeline. Let's move it on to that. We have it.
Yes, we do. Hang on.
You guys have listeners?
We have at least 2.
Awesome.
Let's see where we played.
And the 2 are the other hosts that aren't here.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Because it's not me or Andy, because we don't listen. I mean, well, he's gonna edit it, so he'll have to listen to it a little.
I have to listen to it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Hello, this message is for Ian. We received your application and wanted to let you know it has been approved. The NAA is glad to have you. We'll be sending your ID card and some complaint forms that you'll need. But the Newbies Against Assholes is really proud to have you join us. And, oh, damn it. I gotta go. Never trust a fart.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Whoa.
Oh, my God.
I didn't know Ian was joining the Newbies Against Assholes. Does that make me the asshole?
I think so.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
All right, here's the next one.
What's up, Freefall guys? Man, there's so much to talk about. First of all, your battery episode, very informative. Thanks for all the blah, blah, blah explanation. What I got from it was go ahead and get the sponsored batteries. Mr. Yoon can talk about that a little bit. But nonetheless, I thought it was very informative. Next thing I want to say, man, Jeff and Gina, what great hosts they were in Sebring. I mean, absolutely incredible. The sausages was good. On the grill, everything was excellent. The wind was cold as unbelievably freezing Arctic. You'd expect snow to be with it. I took my heavy pullover out of my vehicle, put in a very light windbreaker, and about froze my ass off. Okay, so the Fireball. Man, it was locked in. I mean, I was very... Shaggy told me, he said, get a competition motor. Don't just fly with the regular motor. So I did that. Set it up. Everything worked really well the first flight. Excellent. But in the rescue configuration, I actually had... self-leveling on or something like that, and that didn't work so good, so I totally disabled that. Disabled rescue, self-leveling, and everything for the second flight. Because on the first flight, I couldn't do rolls, loops, couldn't do anything, any of that flippy shit that Kevin talks about. So the second flight, man, I took all that was off and did some loops and some flips and some pyro flips, and then I was too low at one time coming across the field. It was windy as all get out. And I crashed, man. I mean, I buried that thing, and it hit a plastic box in the field and some concrete on top of it. Gina jumped up, came over, and said, "My gosh, was that your 700 that crashed? The noise it made?" And I said, "No, it was my Fireball. Explosive, man. Those Fireballs are explosive." Okay, so I got to cut that out because I don't have a lot of time. I may have to call back 2 or 3 times just to say everything I got to say.
Jeez.
I got a new guy at work. He's been with us since about June. This guy rode with me over to watch Gina and Jeff and fly a little bit. Oh, my gosh. Talk about a crybaby. This guy came back on Monday. He started the coughing. A little bit of coughing, hacking. Said, I don't know what happened, but I think I may be sick. And he said, I don't think it's the COVID. And I thought, man, oh, man. And same thing, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I walked out of the building with him, and he was talking so hoarse. Man, he's taking lessons from another guy that works with us. He's a professional that's sounding sick. Well, today he called in sick. No, it was yesterday actually. Walked out of the building. Today he called in sick, couldn't quite make it. I don't think he was hugging. I looked. I don't think he was hugging anybody and really getting up close to him and personal or anything. But he did comment that maybe he caught something while he was over in Sebring. What the hell, man? I rode with you all the way over there, all the way back, and of course, you young guys can't quite keep up with the mainstream.
And that cut him off.
Really?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
He's so long-winded, Google just is like, you've had enough.
Yeah, 3 minutes, you're done.
Yeah. Which brings us to the next one.
Hey, guys. Stephen Florida again. I was a little bit maybe out of line there. I felt kind of like I had roasted Kevin a little bit. He's out of work again today, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I got to say he probably is 25 to 30% actually sick. I got to take a little bit of what I said yesterday back just a little bit. I started out my morning this morning, listening again to Andy talking about my Fireball and how come I didn't have rescue. And oh my gosh, man, that just got me all torqued up. I had to give him a call and say, what the hell, Andy? Anyway, and Cliff Lewis trying to imitate me now and just listen to that on the podcast. And that shit ain't right, Cliff. I mean, what the hell? Hey, I just wanted to say I have a 570 finish. It's actually the Freedom Edition. I'm going to put it in there this weekend. Probably Sunday. It's looking good. And I got a couple more helicopters that are queued up and ready to go. So, Andy, get ready, man. By the time I see you at some sort of event this year, I'll have at least 2 helicopters with me that are flyable. Hope you all are doing well. I got to say, Steve Yoon, it was very enlightening hearing you talk about how you're going to start testing maybe a Futaba transmitter now and some other Futaba stuff, starting out with a 750, nothing like state of the art. And Kevin did call you out on the Jetty that you've had for a while, thanks to Andy's generosity, and haven't even set it up yet, from what I understand. So wrong, maybe the Jetty's first, with maybe a Brain or a Spirit FBL, and then moving on to the Futaba system. Anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks again for everything you do. It's incredible sending Kevin down here to work with me. Talk to you again soon. See ya.
You're shaking your head, Steve. Did you actually expect Steve Shaw to get things right, or just say a whole lot of stuff and about half of it be wrong?
Yeah, I think he just throws, all the stuff onto the wall and see what sticks, and half of it's BS. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, yes. Steve.
I've had a Jetty, not from Andy.
Right.
But I bought one from Rich Sowers. And I just recently got a Spirit Fiberhouse unit to try. I mean, I had that old one, but I wasn't going to mess with that. I didn't want to mess with the receivers. I wanted something integrated, so that's the path I'm looking for. Even a 750, I've set it up. I'm actually kind of like just messed with it. I didn't set up on a helicopter, but just kind of with the radio and see what that looks like. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, it's linked to the receiver and the Fiberhouse unit's on, and I have servos hooked up and it does things. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy a 760. I'm not even going to bother with this, because I kind of wanted the integrated.
You really need the newest one if you're going to really do anything with it.
Even with the RS. So if anybody wants to buy a Spirit RS, I have a brand new one in the box that you can't see. But yes, I'm going to sell because I'm going to buy that GTR one.
So, we found there's an actual newer one than the one you got.
So I'm going to buy a new version and sell this one.
So
I would do the same. Totally.
Yeah.
Steve Shaw.
What the hell, man?
Get your stuff together.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
I was wondering who that was. We haven't talked too much on Facebook or anything like that, but seems like a pretty cool guy,
Yeah, he's a good guy. We like to bust his balls and give him a hard time, but he takes it well.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it for the listener pipeline.
That's it? Okay. All right. Normally we do the wrap up, but I don't want to do the wrap up without the two guys here. But Jordan, if people want to contact you, maybe talk about the Marshall Fun Fly, maybe get some information from you about some of your, just stuff you're into. How would people contact you?
People can contact me however they wish. wherever they can find me. I'm mostly prevalent on Facebook, through Messenger or Facebook, whatever. My cell phone, is listed on my Facebook profile on my timeline. You can just look at that if you'd like. Give me a call, leave a message, because I do screen my calls. But leave a message and I'll call you back. So nice. Any way will work, that's for sure. But mainly Facebook. I'm on. Yeah. Not on too many other platforms, really.
No rcpilot.com.
No, can't say. Not yet. Anyway, I'm thinking about doing that though, real soon.
I'm gonna get your phone number, Jordan, and then this summer when you're in a sprayer, I'm gonna call you when I'm in a sprayer. We could be sprayer buddies together.
Awesome. I have been looking for a sprayer buddy. You don't even know, man.
That's a lot of long hours just driving in a straight row, huh?
Oh man, I could. Yes. Your rigs that you drive, do you have the GPS assisted kind of for the row crops?
Yeah, on most of the stuff. Yes, the sprayer, the planter, not the combine, but some of we just have recently moved over to like good RTK stuff in the last 3 or 4 years.
That's cool, man. That really takes away from the whole
that makes
falling asleep while you're driving and getting woken up by a branch or something bumping your...
Has that happened? Like you nodded off, you're like, oops.
Off the road a little. Yes, has that happened? Yeah.
Well, see, you got the benefit. You got trees on each side, so if you drift one way or the other, the tree will wake you up. I just run till I drive off in the river, and then there I
am. I would have had a very embarrassing definitely an episode from that if I did row crops.
It's easier to replace a side mirror than it is to pull it out of the river.
Yes, certainly.
Out of the river.
You don't know how many times, Steve, I've been woken up by a branch. Guilty. I have to admit.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, that was when we didn't have cab tractors, actually. Up to
the smack in the face.
Yeah, just up to a few years ago, we went to cab tractors.
Right.
Now you can't do that anymore. You go do that, you're gonna have a bunch of glass broken out, side mirrors, like you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not good. So, it's a little different, but it's definitely nice having the cab tractors, especially with the spraying that we do.
Right.
The broadcast type spraying.
Yeah.
If there's any sort of wind at all that going in the right direction, you're going to be drifted on the entire day. And on a non-cab tractor, that is not fun. Let me tell you. So
it's not healthy either.
No chemical showers. No, not healthy. That's for sure. No, I really love our tractors now. We're driving the Kubota tractors, with the nice cab radio and air conditioning, whatnot. It's just, so spoiled.
Yeah. If you're going to work, might as well have something comfortable to do it with.
Sure. Totally.
That's what I say.
I'm all for that. All for that. That's for sure.
All right.
Are we done? Is that it?
Yeah. So let's wrap it up. Okay.
Whoa.
Thanks again, Jordan, for taking the time to come on the show. Thank all our listeners. We are Sky, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
I totally forgot, I have so much other shit that I want. I just kind of